What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Rogue Loops. This is one of those games that popped out off my email inbox just due to the fact that they referenced both Hades and they also referenced Loop Hero in their inspirations for the design of this game. And of course, Loop Hero being a really fantastic game that there weren't really any spin-offs. Nobody really played around with that idea. They never expanded it or added more expansions or stuff to it. And so it's one of those strange things that I'm interested in more Loop Hero style gameplay, because Loop Hero never really got that stuff. They slapped a 1.0 on it and then called it a day. And I felt like it was one of those games that definitely could have been expanded a lot by comparison. There are games that you see that are definitely expandable, and there are games that you see that are perfectly fine as a collected 1.0. And I feel like Loop Hero was a pretty good game, but it needed some more stuff to it. Once you started to get to the mid-game and the end-game, it got kind of samey. And then, of course, I think that Hades doesn't really need any introduction. It's one of the best, smoothest roguelites ever made from Supergiant Studios, who pretty much only create winners. Their entire career making stuff like Pyre and making stuff like Transistor and whatnot, if it's got their name stamped on it, you know that it's going to be an utterly, absurdly good game. I don't know if that's going to... Oh, it did. It penetrated that rock right there. Ow, dude. Okay, this guy is like a big issue. This guy right here is a problem. Do I get any kind of like bonus for killing him? Because this guy is pretty tough right here. Man, I didn't know that that was what I was going to get when I decided to set up my run right here. But combining those two things together, the game seeks to replicate the fluidity of something like Hades, and then, of course, going through repetitive rooms that get even more repetitive. Sounds kind of disparaging right there. But you're going to go through back-to-back rooms, running in circles like you see me doing right here, and every time you enter a room, you're going to get a blessing, and you're going to get a curse that makes the room more interesting and makes it behave in an unpredictable way. You're also going to be getting meta currency as you play through the game so that you can get stronger in between runs, heavily leaning into the roguelite influence. So let's play the game for about 30 minutes, and we'll see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games that just is not for you. If after watching this you wanted to get it, that's kind of like one of those too bad situations. It doesn't come out until next year. This is kind of an early build of it that they wanted to show off. But I will put the link down there so that you can peruse the page and add it to your wish list if that's something that sounds appealing to you. You will also be able to find links to a bunch of other associated Nerd Castle stuff, the most important being the Discord, where I more or less announce anything important that's going to be happening on the channel going on into the future. But for now, let's dive on into the game. So as you can see, this game sort of wears the Hades influence on its shoulder. It does that very obviously. The combat feels a lot like Hades. It sort of lacks the fluidity of Hades in a lot of cases, I think, from what I've played so far. I think I've done 2 or 3 runs up until now, and it lacks the fluidity of Hades. It's definitely got more of a like a stuttery feel to it, I guess, when you're attacking and moving on around. But they do have the core basic stuff there in order to make it feel good. For example, you're able to break any animation whenever you want and dash out of it. You can use it to cancel and feint and things like that. And they've got that locked in quite tightly, and given the fact that they have 6 months left until the game releases, there's plenty of time for them to fiddle around with the fluidity and get the game to where it needs to be. I've made it to the first boss a couple of times, but I haven't beat him yet. I don't know if there comes a point where we get to add more sections to the circle and like make it wider and larger, and then kind of blueprint and prototype things that bounce off each other by having adjacency and whatnot. We'll see as we get further on into here. So haunting presence for 150 gold, or we can get turned into a sheep. I guess I'll take the haunting presence and my 150 bucks, and we'll do the best we can not to run into that thing while it's out and about in the neighbor. Oh my god, okay, he can drop bombs on me from up above too. Problematic. Let's say, oh god. Okay. I can't get too close to him because he's got like an AoE that he lights off that'll eat your entire health bar if you're not careful. Yeah, that one right there. And so I can't get too close to the guy. Unfortunately, I need to get close in order to damage him. And so let's just kind of hide behind a rock for a sec. Oh, there's 2 big chunky ones now. Beautiful. Shoot another ice burst that way. Maybe get away from the explosions. Man, not only does it AoE the ground, it also, like, launches little bullets all over the place that you gotta dodge after the fact, too. That's a fun one. This guy's tough right here. These modifiers are definitely more different than I got on my training wheels run. Don't want to get exploded for right now. I would prefer not to anyways. There's not a whole lot of ground left for me to fight on here. I do need to get after him, though. Like, I need to put some hits on this big dog over here. Shoot another ice ball. Oh, there's more enemies coming, too. Beautiful. Ugh, I knew I was going to walk into something on that side. Okay, let's get this guy. Maybe see if we can hurt him a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we got the big nasty down. That'll work out for me. These little spiky guys got to go, but I'm sitting on 1 HP right now and a dream before the wheels fall off of this run. I don't know if we're going to make another loop and survive this thing. Let's get ourselves in here. We can get increased health, but we get turned into a sheep. We can go buy something from the merchant. I'm going to go do that. I really like that transition screen right there. It's a really fantastic looking transition screen. So what can I buy here? I can get a healing pot. I get 8 HP back. That's not nearly enough HP to justify the cost. Liquid spikes burst from sides when a frozen enemy thaws. That might be kind of nice because I do have that freezy blast thing. Death is life. Enemies drop a healing orb after death. It gives you a 10% chance. We've got Ice Blizzard, which is a skill that we could add on to one of our keys over here. Holy Protection. You gain a temporary shield that blocks a hit. If it expires without taking damage, it explodes. We've got Swift Hands. We've got Frozen Shard. An ice shard falls on an enemy that you froze, and then we can just buy metagame currency right here if we wanted to. I'm going to go for the healing orbs, maybe. I'll get the HP back, but I don't feel great about the purchase. And then I'll take the metagame currency very rapidly, too, because I think our time on this Earth is rapidly expiring as my viewpoint goes out right now. I don't think this is going to work out super great for me between all the enemy shields and everything else they got going on. I don't know how those guys always seem to sneak through my attacks. I swear to God, on my last run... Oh, we broke him. Nice. Do that right there. There you go. Perfect. Get him with the damage. I don't want to run up in there because I'm not sure what's going to happen. But hopefully we can get some of those 10%. I do get backstab damage due to metagame upgrades when I'm behind an enemy, so we may actually want to try to stay behind people for dealing damage as well. Then again, they're not really giving it up, are they? Launch that thing over there. She's broken. We'll get him with the backstab. He's going to spin at us, so we'll stay out of the way for a second. Okay. I've got to mind my HP bar right now because I'm in terrible shape. 10% has not come through for us just yet. This man broke out the death ray. He's trying to kill us with a special beam cannon or something over here. No healing. All right, we're on our 10. It's okay. We killed probably like 10 enemies, but, you know, I don't want to commit the gambler's fallacy here. And I believe this is the spot where I just die atrociously. So enemies drop a bomb when they die. Increase your maximum health by 25. Does it heal me for 25 when I do that? Let's go for the crit chance, I guess. All right, little skull boys chasing us around. Just throw something vaguely in the enemy's direction. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, we got problems to think about right now. Oh, there it goes, dude. He spiked me up close. And that's my death. I've been murdered. The characters do have very nice portrait art. It seems like the art direction on the game is pretty good as well, from what I've seen. There's two different characters. I don't know if she's locked, though. She is locked, so I can only play as this guy right here. Aiden's got to be level 3 before we can play as his sister. Okay, how do I level up Aiden? Is that just inside the wishing well over here? Well, I don't see anything that indicates that I've leveled up or haven't leveled up. I've put a couple things into metagame upgrades, like the backstab for 30% more damage, and also I get more damage on my first hit, but I can't afford more wishes for right now, so we got to go back in and we got to farm up some more blue stuff if we want to make this thing work. There's some kind of little critter inside that cage right there. If it gets out, is it the kind of thing we have to worry about, or is it the sort of thing that's rather benign? Like, if he gets out, is he going to wreck my house and cause a lot of problems? A magic crystal appears and makes enemies around it invulnerable. The crystal can be destroyed, though. Heart of Glacial. Launch a magic ice shard forward. That's the one we had last time. I guess I'll go with Frost Nova this time around. All right, so we've got Frost Nova all nice and set up. If you can pull the sword from the sushi, the true king you shall be. Let's wipe out the crystal real quick so it's not donating a ton of immunity to these guys. And this time I'm going to try to avoid spawning any ridiculous bosses inside my area because their AoEs are kind of hard to get around. Got you. Stay away. Okay, got you right there. And we got a little bit of cash and a little bit of metagame currency. On to the next loop. Over here we can get enemy barrier. Same thing we saw last time. Enemies that hit you steal your money, but I get 50 metagame currency. I'm going to focus on metagame currency for right now. Keep out of his way. Well, I was going to see if I could Frost Nova him, but I guess I didn't have the precision to get it done. You, sir, would you like to die? Apparently we get other abilities, too, that we can put on, like, our right click. I haven't gotten any of those yet, though, because I got absolutely starched by the first boss. I got him down to, like, half health, and then he just, like, dookied in my dome piece and, like, embarrassed me in front of my family, and so what are you going to do about it? Next one up, we've got more spell damage. Meteorites fall from the sky. Deadly traps appear in the room. Let's get an empowering relic. If you cast a perfect spell, you get 1 HP. Every single spell in this game is a quick time event where you've got to push the button and time the release, and it gives you an additive special effect if you time it right. I'm not very good at doing it. We've got become immune for a second after using a spell. That might be pretty good. This one gives me healing, though, every time I perfect cast. Oh, that's not nearly as many traps as I thought there was going to be. Okay, I can live with that. Let's not get spiked by the little Koopa Troopa or whatever that thing is over there. There we go. Get him lit up a little bit. He's now dead. That one's immune. I got to get across to the other side and destroy the crystal. Let's break the crystal real quick. All right, crystal's down, which should open up that one to get gushed. Light Frost Nova off. Okay, that actually was a big come up right there. I knew I liked Frost Nova for a reason. I like Frost Nova in action RPGs too. I always feel like Frost Nova is a great ability. In every video game there's a Frost Nova, it's always super good. I almost ate that one to the face. Luckily the iframes got me through it and it excused my shoddy gamesmanship. All right, let's go up to this side, and what do we have going on here? Receive a soul. Well, I don't know what a soul does, and I want one because I've had 0 this entire time that I've been testing and playing around with the game. So let's get a soul and see what happens once we get a soul available for our character. Is it something that I can, like, spend? I've got this character sheet over here that looks like over time you're going to accumulate different curses, get different abilities and stuff like that. It also collates and keeps all of my relics right there in open view. Oh, we got the super enemy again, dude. I shouldn't have did that. I'm gonna see, so let's get rid of his little goopy buddies over here. I was hoping I could freeze him right there, but I guess it's not gonna go the way that I wanted. His mortar's gonna come down on that side. I'm gonna get out of the way of it. He launched the mortar again. All right, that's fine. Let him launch the mortar. I need to get some damage on him, but there we go. We got some damage on him. Big guy's down, so it should be considerably safer around here, because that big guy is one of the only little enemies that manages to land hits on me. He just absorbs so much of my attention whenever he's on the field. He makes for a fantastic distraction. Good stuff. Maybe you get a Frost Nova going right there to kill off the rest of them. And then you, let me get some damage, baby. All right, so they're down. Into the next loop. What are we looking at here? I can get a relic and more traps appear over here, or I can get a healing altar. I'm not even hurt, so I guess I'll take the relic. Welcoming doors. Receive a shield absorbing the first hit whenever you enter a room. Healing effects increase by 25%. That's not hugely going to help out because we only get 1 HP. So I guess I'll take welcoming doors to make up for the fact, oh, there's even more traps over here. And they are of a different kind than the traps that I am used to. Okay, let me break this crystal real quick so that we can actually get to the business of killing off enemies. He's trying to death laser me from the backfield. Let me deal with him first, maybe. She's almost down. Good stuff. Ow. Oh, double ow. It's okay. If I can land enough spells, I can heal it back. But it does take me like 10 or 11 attacks for the cooldown. Cooldowns in this game aren't done by time. They're done by how many attacks you get off. I don't think I perfectly timed that one, unfortunately. Let's fall back for a second and see who filters through by a movement speed first. Never a terrible idea. Alright, that's back up. We'll get the perfect for the heal right there. Dude, having my own pocket healing is the best. I'm sort of in love with the fact that they give me my own personal pocket healing here. I don't know what the little Aztec statues do. They must do something. Little bit of currency. We don't really have a whole lot for the store right now, though, so if we pull out a store, it's not going to work out super great for us. A poison spirit drips poison as it wanders around. I mean, we're already going to be avoiding the big guy and all of his AoEs, so adding that on in seems like maybe it would be a bad idea. I'm going to take a 5% crit chance and see if I can get a relic that makes me heal whenever I crit. I think that's where I'd like to start out. Oof, okay, thank you, shield. Oh my god. Yep. There's a lot of enemies around here. Oof, okay. Get in there, get a little bit of a heal going. Oh my god, that was so close to disaster. There we... Oh, we got him an ice. We got him an ice. We got him an ice. Down he goes. There are synergies and stuff in this game that I've noticed so far. Like, they're not coming up on this particular run, but on my other runs they did. For example, there are things that trigger specifically when you shatter ice off of enemies, so it'll make, like, snow come down from the sky and put, like, a damage over time effect on them. I had one run where my sword was enchanted with lightning, and it put shock on enemies, and if you dealt damage to enemies that were currently harboring shock on their player card... Oh my god, I gotta heal. If you were damaging an enemy that had like shock on their player card, like something else would happen, like little lightning explosions and things. Some pretty nice stuff inside of there. We're not getting it this time, or I gotta heal every time that comes up. It's my only shot. Yep, you do your spinning thing. I too enjoy spinning in my office chair. I do it all the time, but only when my wife's not looking, because I don't need to give her more excuses to think I'm a dummy. Alright, so down here we've got a merchant's portal, but I don't have enough money to buy anything. Everything costs 50 bucks or more. So let's go with increased damage, I guess. Enemies you kill in the room leave a small clone, but 5 more damage though, because I think I'm hitting for like 30 on a swing. So that should represent a decent increase in our overall DPS, I think. Yeah, that works out okay. I'll take that. Crystal's moving around, and I do need the crystal to die just to eliminate a liability here. Oof, there are a lot of things flying around right now. Let's get you. He's standing on the trap at the moment, so there's not much I can do about him. I need him to move. There we go. Man, the area denial that these little log boys provide is actually pretty distracting. Give me a little heal right there. I kind of need... Oh, dashed right into it, dude. Dashed right into it. These spike guys, man. They are beginning to stress me out. Perfect right there for a little bit of HP back. Ugh, got melted right there, though, so it doesn't matter. I barely pulled off that. So there's more? Oh, God. Okay, that's fine. I guess I can live with it. Give me a little heal on that side. Oof, these little guys, when they're crossing the beams, they are really becoming a little bit of a problem. Give me a heal. And there, oh, nope, not our last one. Actually, I kind of like that it's spawning more little guys because it lets me reset my ability a little bit more. Ah, it's bossy time. All right, let's see if the bosses rotate. This is the same boss that I fought last time, so I'm guessing they don't have boss variety all nice and squared away just yet. Let's fight him. We got things to accomplish here. Got that one. Taking a little bit of a hit here, unfortunately. And there is Yermerid. Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay. I need to be casting that on cooldown to get some HP back. Alright. Oof. Oh, dude, I got greedy. That was all my fault. Okay, I thought I could break the animation right there, but it didn't let me break the Oh, I got smoked, bro. Well, at least we unlocked something new back in town that'll maybe let me meta progress or something like that, because I feel like my damage is absurdly low on that boss. Like, it feels like he's got a ton of health. You've returned. Let me imbue you with the strength of our ancestors. Magic is in your blood. Okay. Oh, a soul lets me level up. Okay, so that's how I unlock the characters. Perfect. So now we've got the Shield of Samael. Aiden gains a round shield to protect himself. Press special to raise your shield for a short moment. I'm never going to remember to do that, dude. I am factually never going to remember to do that. Oh, that's got a long cooldown on it, too. That thing's got a big old chunk boy cooldown. What's going on with you? I can buy another wish, I guess. Let's get another wish. And then we'll go on over to the well. Recover health equal to 10% of the blue essence that you collect. Might be helpful for getting rid of some of the chip damage. Whenever you enter a room, you heal and regenerate 1 health. Probably go for that one, I guess. Sounds okay to me. Actually, I'm going to get rid of my backstabs, and I'm going to go like all in on that one right there so that whenever I get blue souls, I get a bunch of health back because I'm really, really bad at the game. I'm not doing super well right now. I'm getting stomped the hell out left and right. Alright, so first things first, mini-boss or Enrage. Let's go with Enrage this time around. We've got Strong Shoulder, dash forward a short distance, dealing 150 damage and burns enemies that you hit. I haven't seen that one, so we'll try that one out. Do I have like a damage shield while I'm using that? Like, do I have immunity frames while popping that bad boy off? I have questions, and I don't really want to test it by dashing into an enemy bullet or anything. There we go. Drop them real quick. I don't want any of you. It looks like I do have immunity while using that, so that's good. That makes that ability much more appealing to me. $10 right there. And then for the second half of the loop, we can go with... I'll probably go with the blue essence, I guess. I just want to make my character stronger. What you got for me over here? What we looking at? Got you. These little booger frogs out here, man. They're bringing it to me like extra goopy style. I wasn't sure that he was going to come out of spiky boy mode. And so I didn't know if I wanted to try to like break his animation and knock him out of it and like stun him, or if I just wanted to wait for it to end. Like my greed and also my paranoia were definitely running into one another right there. Enemies drop a bomb when they die. I'll take the $150. That means if we get a store portal, I can at least use the damn thing. Honestly, that kind of gives you like a real quick and dirty one-shot. I like it. I think I'm going to continue stacking things on into it. I need 2 more hits. I thought about going after him, but no guarantee that it was going to work out. That did nothing? Why did that not damage anything? Just kind of like pushed him around like pool balls. There you go. You go down. Ooh, good one right there, man. That was the stuff right there, like bowling pins. Hell yeah. All right, we made it through that round. I'm picking up skills here. I'm doing my best to get better at the game, but it's not going very well for me. Enemies drop a bomb when they die. Dash blocking frozen slippery surfaces appear. I don't like anything that locks down my dash, so I'm going to take the bonus health, especially since we're doing like a little bit of a healing run right now. That feels like a... Oh, I thought my super was up. I went to block his spin right there. with my dash charge, like my shoulder charge, and unfortunately, it was not cooled down yet. Knock, you got... Oh, almost got me right there. Let's get you. I feel pretty passionately about eliminating you from the battlefield. Like, any enemy that's providing any amount of area denial is the one that I'm worried about. Knocked them out pretty good. Pretty well for the English teachers. There we go. Give me my monies. We've got a soul. We could level up again if we grab that. It's giving us explosive barrels. Or we can get a relic to kind of build around our shoulder charge. Let's build around our shoulder charge, I guess. When you dodge an attack, you throw a dart at nearby enemies. Yeah, I could see that being useful. Oh, wow, it added a lot of traps. Okay. Let's see where we can drag people around to here. Alright, we got a couple of them right there. You go down. This is one of those games that's especially difficult to do any kind of commentary with. I get people that question that all the time. They're like, so, like, when you're editing videos together, and I'm like, well, I don't really, like, edit videos together. All of my commentary is live and improvised on the spot. I will occasionally make an outro to a video that is actually scripted with my thoughts, just because I tend to have trouble thinking of those on the fly. But all of my commentary is live, which is why you are hearing very real pauses from time to time while I look at the lay of the battlefield and try to figure out what's going wrong, and like when I'm dodging and moving around. Probably out of date at this point, but what about my channel isn't out of date at this point? I'm the man making 2010 content in 2024. Let's wipe you out. Doors down. We should heal up a little bit right there. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. I want to go to the merchant portal right this second because I've been passing up on relics and things this entire time in the interest of trying to get something spun up and working. So we've got a barrier, 10 armor. Whenever you defeat an enemy, you gain armor. Okay, burning time resets when you hit a burning enemy. Shadow slash, unleash a piercing lightning force over a linear path, electrifying enemies. Hit and dealing 160 damage. I can also get a blade volley. You throw 5 blades in a cone, deal 40 damage to enemies. Hit the blades, return after a short delay. Okay, so it's a boomerang. The lucky bamboozle. Enemies are electrified when they take a critical hit. What's my crit at right now? 1.5%. So I think leaning on crit is probably not a great idea. Fire aura might work, though. We'll take that because that makes it do an AoE whenever I kill an enemy that's burning. And I'm intrigued by the idea of armor, anything to pad out my health, and it says that I get one every time I kill an enemy. So if we're looking at it from a perspective of effective HP, this is regen for every single enemy that I kill, as long as it's not topped out, and I think I can live with that. Yeah, let's maybe get rid of you before you become a headache. Alright, you're down. Give me that armor shard. And then right there, we're going to dash through them, light them on fire. Ooh, I've got like a fire field around me. Hell yeah. I thought it was going to put it on the ground. I didn't realize it was going to put it orbiting around me like garlic. Okay. That was completely different than what I expected. I would like for you to die next, please. Got you. Down they go. I'm liking this barrier thing I got going. What the hell was that thing? What did I just pick up? What was that? It was like a big old scrolly thing. What was the big old scrolly thing? Who knows? Increased movement speed by 6%. That might be nice. 55 blue essence, though, guarantees I'll be able to get a metagame upgrade. So I'm going to take that real quick. Now there's 2 skulls that I got to avoid this entire time. I think I will exclusively try to murder all of the little log guys first, because their beam blocks off like a big chunk of the battlefield. A problematic portion, I would say. Very, very fast game, though. I think if they can get the fluidity of it all locked in, they're going to be in really good shape. It kind of lacks the agency of Loop Hero, though. Like, I'm not really seeing the Loop Hero vibe here. So Loop Hero, if you never played it, was a game where you were an auto-battling character adventurer, and what you had to do was you were designing a battle map that your character was going around, and you had to plan it enough so that they would be able to have healing spots and loot drop spots and enemies that they could handle, but also enemies that were like a little bit challenging so that they would level up appropriately as they moved along. I'm not seeing that level of agency here. Like, I definitely see the Hades influence, but I'm not sure I see the Loop Hero influence. My suggestion would be make it so the player makes both sides of the ring customizable, and then add adjacency bonuses for the type of terrain that you put down, whether it be like a castle or like a grassland or something like that. If you put certain things neighboring other certain things, you get some kind of bonus or penalty for that. Oh, that did not stun her the way that I was hoping it would stun her. I was trying to use my shoulder charge to stun her for a second to create an opening, but it didn't happen that way. All right, bro, where you at? Okay. I would like to get a burn on you, although I don't even see that health bar moving in all honesty. Dude, this guy just tried to get me with his, like, Omega Chin. Oof, that might have been a bad play. Get in there. Did I get away with that? I don't know if I got... Oh, Jesus. Okay. Ow, that spike counted, huh? That was way off to the right of me. I guess it had like an impact thing going on. Get him with a big shoulder charge. Back down into the water he goes. I'm going to immediately light into these two if I can. Got her. Got her. That gave us a little bit of armor to soak the next hit, but I don't know if it's going to carry. Oh, I had to dash through that dude. Okay. I got to figure out a way to get, like, loose. Oh, my God, dude. So many AoEs. There we go, that works. Oof. Kill it! Alright, dude. Whew. I've been stuck on this guy for like a minute today. I'm glad we got him on camera. That makes me feel a little bit better. We are pretty wrecked up, though. So now what I want to see is what happens after you beat the first boss. I swear to God if it pops up and says the demo's over. Okay, it did not do that. Oh, it takes you to a new biome. So yeah, that's my observation about what the game's got going on right now. I see the Hades influence. They should work on getting the game to feel a little bit more fluid than it currently does, because there's a vaguely stutter-steppy thing going on certain frames of certain animations while you're going through, and Hades allows you to break every animation no matter what at any point during its completion. But the Loop Hero part of it, like, it's not quite Loop Hero just running around in circles giving bonuses to both different bonuses and malices to both sides of the room. I'd like to see a building component added on in there where maybe, you know, you can open up a central corridor in the middle of these two and it expands out and becomes an oval, and then you can determine what rooms are inside of there that you can visit in between, going in between the room sides, and like the combos and adjacencies that I was talking about there. But this is Rogue Loops. So far I see what they're playing at, so they've actually got the physical gameplay of something like Hades right here, although it does need to be smoothed up in order to come up to parity with that previously referenced title. From there, I think now that I've played it a little while longer, I played for a while after I finished the video over here too, And I think that as I played it more and I started putting together sort of overpowered Risk of Rain style builds as I got further on into the game, the more it stuck with me that, like, I do see the Loop Hero influence here. It's kind of a much accelerated Loop Hero with less of the atmosphere and stuff like that, but basically you're building a cycle for yourself that has different challenges on either sides. I think I would like to see the game map change, though, as you make decisions sort of thematically. So if you put a bunch of fire traps on one side of the arena, the textures and the architecture will kind of change a little bit in order to look like a lava biome or something else like that. And then once you've got the two halves converted into a certain biome, they have different combinations that meet in the middle that change the values, rewards, and also play style of both sides simultaneously, or maybe change around the boss might be kind of cool. But I see what they're going for here. It's unique. It needs to be smoothed up a little tiny bit when it comes to breaking animations and whatnot, but I'm going to wait and take a look. I'll give you further thoughts on it once it gets closer to release, I think, and then I'll tender judgment then, because like I can see what they're going for right here, and now it's all about execution as they come into their release window. So anyways, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, it was Rogue Loops. Tomorrow it'll be something else. Thanks for hanging out with me, and that's about all I got for you, folks.